former president of Nigeria, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, has maintained a somewhat low-key presence in the polity ever since he left office 11 years ago in 2015. The former president has rather been a more prominent presence on the continent, monitoring elections and attending to responsibilities only fit for statesmen, courtesy of the federal government of Nigeria. However, there has been a growing call in some quarters for him to make himself available again and have another go at the presidency. One of the interest groups pushing this narrative is Goodluckans Movement 2027, a diaspora-led civic advocacy movement made up of Nigerians at home and abroad. For further understanding of the visions of this group regarding the call for former President Jonathan, we are now being joined from Ontario, Canada by Chidinma Unigwe, the spokesperson for Goodluckans Movement 2027. Good morning, Chidinma, and welcome to the morning show.
Good morning, Adesua. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Now, people will ask, you've jackpot, you've left Nigeria. What is this Goodluckans movement? And also, Goodluck Jonathan was president for, I think, 5 years and a couple of months. What did he not accomplish in that time that you wish for him to come back and accomplish for another 4 years?
Thank you, Adesua. So first, I'm going to start by talking about what Goodluckans movement is. So Goodluckans is a diaspora-led civic advocacy movement made up of Nigerians at home and abroad who are deeply concerned about the future of our dear nation, Nigeria. You see, as Nigerians in the diaspora, many of us have seen what good governance looks like. For example, I work with one of the provincial governments, and I've seen the benefits that citizens enjoy when institutions work, leaders are accountable, and public trust is respected. And we believe that every Nigerian deserves nothing less from our leaders. We believe that Nigeria needs a government that genuinely cares about its people and a nation where citizens have equal opportunity to thrive. And so this is why our mission is to promote good governance, peaceful civic engagement, and informed national dialogue, particularly at a time like this when Nigerians feel disconnected from leadership and we are all aware that most Nigerians are uncertain about the future. So in this context and using this platform, we're publicly calling on former President Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan to contest the 2027 presidential election, because we believe his leadership qualities are relevant to Nigeria's current challenges. We call on Nigerians at home and abroad to join the movement. To your second question, you asked why Dr. Goodluck Jonathan. Well, we chose Dr. Goodluck Jonathan because we believe in his leadership ideologies. We believe his leadership reflects values that Nigeria urgently needs at this moment. You see, Dr. Jonathan represents respect for democratic institutions, national unity, restraint in the exercise of power. These are qualities that have become even more important in times of economic pressure such as this, times of social tension, and now that we have declining trust in leadership. There's something about Dr. Jonathan that we have loved, or we've loved, and we actually embrace. And that's because, second, under his leadership, Nigeria recorded meaningful advancement in education. We even heard about the Almajiri schools. We had significant improvement in agricultural reforms. Our communications infrastructure improved. The electoral process reforms that he actually also conducted, as well as there was a serious improvement in power. In one tenure alone, Nigeria became the greatest economy in Africa. Most notably, his decision to peacefully concede the 2015 presidential election marked the most defining moment in Nigeria's democratic journey.
All right. All right, Chidinma, if you don't mind, I'd like to come in so that we make it, into a useful conversation. Okay. All right. The Goodluckans, obviously, from what you have said, it's a diaspora-led kind of movement. But I see also that you, made an announcement, urging the former president to run. My question, therefore, will be, are you just asking him via this medium to run, or you are following up on the discussions that you have had with him to run, whether he would like to run or not. Because as far as we know that the former First Lady, wife of the former president, did say at a point that she doesn't think that they forgot anything in Aso Rock, and that the likelihood of them returning to power is close to zero. And therefore, if you have not strategically made useful contact with him, a lot of people will be wondering why you are making this announcement on TV. So my question is he aware? Have you contacted him? Or you are just using this platform to urge him to run?
So we have not contacted him. We're using this platform as Nigerians who care deeply about our nation to mandate him, not just urge him. We have Nigerians who believe in putting Nigeria first. We have seen what his leadership represents, and we believe that his leadership is what Nigeria needs right now. So Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, if you can hear me, if you're watching this, the Goodluckans would like to urge you and mandate you to contest the 2027 presidential election because Nigeria needs you. We want you to join the movement. We want you to put Nigeria first.
Okay, now Chidinma, I have a question here. I'm assuming not only are you reaching out to Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, but also other Nigerians, possibly home and abroad. Now, one of the main campaigns against Goodluck Jonathan when he was voted out in 2015 was that he was not handling Nigeria's insecurity problem properly. Very importantly, the Bring Back Our Girls movement happened under his watch after the mass kidnapping of Chibok schoolgirls. We are now currently still seeing mass kidnappings across Nigeria, and our insecurity situation we cannot say has necessarily improved from his time in office. What did he do then in terms of improving our security situation that you think would be good for him to come back and solve our even worse situation now?
So that's actually a very good question. And surprisingly, you actually answered half of it for me. So the very first thing you mentioned is that our security situation has declined ever since. One of the reasons it has declined is because while Dr. Goodluck Jonathan was in power, he actually put in place processes and things to ensure that the insecurity was tackled. We had situations where even the wife of the former president came out to speak about the insecurity situation, especially regarding the Chibok girls. Now, we all know that the insecurity has declined, just like you mentioned, but the question is what's happening? It seems as if it's been swept under the carpet. Right now, the discourse has changed. It's now a question of, it's only happening to Christians. It's not happening to Christians. But we're all Nigerians, regardless of whether we're Christians or Muslims, right? Regardless of our tribe, we all remain one. So as Nigerians and as Goodluckans, we believe that Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, based on his experience, right, and based on the fact that he was willingly able to let go of power and to follow the laws of democracy. We believe he's what Nigeria needs right now. We believe he's a unifying force. And we believe that if he was able to put it in check right then and manage the situation, we believe he has what it takes to come back and help the economy and steer us in the right direction, because there's a lot of political instability at this time.
There are a few questions that many Nigerians will be, of course, agitating to ask you as a spokesperson of the Goodluckans movement. Do forgive me if this appears to be like a barrage, even though they are interrelated. First question would be, why are you asking Dr. Goodluck Jonathan to run now? Is it because he's constitutionally allowed only one more term, which if he gets, as you're proposing, it means that the South will have completed the 8 years that many Southerners believe that they deserve before power returns to the North. A corollary of that will be if he decides to run, given that he's still a member of the PDP, will you advise that he runs on the platform of the PDP that has already been depleted, moved in 2023 from about 11, 12 governors now to about 3 or 4? still counting, because we do not know by tomorrow what will happen to at least one or two more governors. Which platform do you think will Dr. Goodluck can use to actualize this desire of yours for him to return? But more importantly will be the confrontation with the obedience, who believe that Peter Obi, to them, appears to be the most formidable that can give Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu a run for his money. But here we are, you asking Dr. Jonathan to run. By running, it therefore means that you prefer him to Mr. Peter Obi. How will you confront, how will you deal with the issues of the obedience accepting Dr. Jonathan and not Mr. Peter Obi?
All right, that is a very, very good question, a very fair and valid question to him, in my opinion. So, Dr. Peter Obi is someone I hold in high esteem and someone I have very high regard for. Now, the reason we are asking Dr. Goodluck Jonathan to contest is because we believe that his leadership style is what Nigeria needs at this time. So 4 years ago, or a few years ago, when Dr. Peter Obi contested, what the nation needed at that time was something centered on efficiency, accountability. And Dr. Peter Obi was someone who had all those principles, and he, at that time, was the right candidate. Now, at this time, there's a lot of disunity. There's a lot of social tension. There's a lot of distrust in the government. We need someone who can actually come in and actually steer Nigeria in the right direction. This is one of the reasons we believe. Now, you asked the question about the party. At this point, we do not have any control over Dr. Goodluck Jonathan's choices, but we believe that he is politically intelligent enough to determine the right party that would steer Nigeria in the right course and in the right direction. So our only ask at this time is to mandate him to contest. We believe that when he contests, he would be able to choose the right party. And we also believe that he has what it takes to unify Nigerians and reduce the social tension and create equal opportunities for everyone. Lastly, you had a question about Dr. Peter Obi being a very good candidate and what the obedience would say. Now, one of the reasons the Goodluckans was set up was because we've determined that it's time we as Nigerians all put Nigeria first. This, for me, includes Dr. Peter Obi. So I believe that this platform would actually help, and we're all working for the same good. So if it's possible for Dr. Peter Obi and Dr. Goodluck to work together, right, and all obedience and Goodluckans come together, right? In fact, let me publicly say we're using this opportunity and this platform to ask obedience to join the movement.
I'm not sure about you, campaigning on this platform, but thank you very much, Chidinma, for joining us this morning. I'm sure those who wanted to hear your message will hear it. Thank you for joining us all the way from Ontario, Canada. Perhaps you will come back and join us here in Nigeria once the election season starts.